he'd say, put us a P up, because there'd be a big list of names waiting to play, waiting to mark. And if you lost, you got to wait again. But if you couldn't get on the dartboard, then there was a card school here and a domino school down here. And them windows were all frosted, so you could never see in. So it was always, you know, what's behind them windows? What's in there, Dad? You know what I mean? My dad used to come home from the pub, he used to play cards, every one, and he'd give you some change them days. So it was always an element of what's it like, you know, could never understand what the attraction was. But when I started playing, hiya mate, this was a great pub in them days. You know, everybody knew each other. Everybody knew everybody's family, everybody's business.
19 will give him ball, treble 19 will give double six it is for 2-1 in this 8 set.
If you'd have said to me when I was 15, 16, you're going to be a dart player, I'd have thought you were off your trolley, you know. When I left school and went, engineering, second job, I enjoyed it. I wanted to go work and earn a living. I used to work on a pot bank, and then when I come off there, I used to repair cars, try and make a bit of a shilling making, you know, repairing cars for people. And then I used to work behind a bar Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I had to make a living.
So money was tight?
Yeah, but it makes you into a winner, I think. So when I picked a set of darts up and started playing for fun, and started thinking, I can do this, I can play these people. I mean, everybody on the firm, they thought I was mad. When I said I was going to pack my job in and go play darts, they all thought I was crazy. How are you going to beat these professional players? And I said, I'll show you. And that's what I did.
And it was something he would do again and again. Coming up next, Phil moves onwards and upwards towards the big time.
180!
When I used to leave school, when I was like my junior school, was that school down there, and then walk up this path and walk up here. That Robbie says, is that phone box still there? Because it always stinks of piss. And he can remember it. I think everybody used to have a pier there.
Phil Taylor and his wife Yvonne were teenagers when they first got together, and now they've been married for more than 20 years. She's probably his biggest fan, and it was Yvonne who encouraged Phil to try his hand at darts in the first place, even though for a long time Phil didn't even toy with the idea of trying to become a professional darter.
I was about 26, and we moved into this terraced house, and we were living there maybe 18 months. And one of the times I said to Yvonne, come on, we'll go out for a night. We'd never been out. So my mum and dad come down, babysit for us. So we went up the Crafty Cockney then. Eric had got the Crafty Cockney. And he'd probably had that then 2 years. And we went in, and as it happens, Eric was playing with Maureen on stage.
Maureen Flowers?
Yeah. And I was watching them and thinking, I could beat you when I was 15, you know what I mean? I was comparing myself when I was younger to them. And Yvonne says, you know, you never played darts. And I didn't. So she bought me a set of darts for my birthday, little cheap set of darts, and that was it then. I started playing darts. I played once a week with my dad at a club called the Beersham Central then, which is right by Paul Vale, and never looked back.
967 the shot here, could be the highest of the week for the bullseye. Yes!
When I first started playing, it was good because we used to enter little tournaments. I did. It could be £15 for the winner or whatever it was, £50 for the winner. And I used to win a lot of them. So we used to come home and say, right, what do we need for the house? It was good fun then, because I'm thinking if I get past the next round, I can afford a new carpet for the living room, or I can afford a set of saucepans. It was good. It makes you into a winner.
The one thing Rob misses in the world, this
is
shop.
oatcakes.
This shop. This is the best shop in the world. Hiya, mate. I want 10 oatcakes with cheese on, please.
10 oatcakes.
Sorry about that.
You're alright.
These are the dogs. I'll tell you what's one thing Rob's on about in Los Angeles. This shop. He loves this shop.
He comes in here when he's at home.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks,
See you, mate, buddy.
thanks folks. Thank you very much.
45 years of doing this, pal. Okay.
Self-like
So the
figure.
diet goes out the
The
window.
self-like figure comes
You know that
from.
diet I was on? Look at it. So that's basically what it is, John. Ow!
That is hot. But very nice. How much of an inspiration was Eric Bristow? You mentioned him there, and having the crafty Cockney, and he'd been down there and watched him.
At the time, it was weird because I didn't like Eric. I was thinking he was cocky, which he was. I was a John Lowe fan, and then he sponsored me, and I thought, well, you know, he's not a bad lad after all. You know what I mean? He made me into a winner, you know, even though I was a winner as such. He just added that little extra fuel to it because he sponsored me on condition that I paid him back what he sponsored me for, which is the best thing he ever did, because then he'd tell you, you know, what you do is sitting here talking, you know, get on that dartboard and get practicing, and that's how Eric was. He made me win, and if I was to ring him up and say I've lost in the semi-final, he put the phone down on me. He said, don't ring me again till you win something.
Sublime brilliance from Phil Taylor, and he makes it look so easy. The man is a marvel.
He's not a bad player either.
First tournament, it was Canada, and I won it. And they gave me something like £4,000 in cash, in dollars. And Eric, I've never had £4,000 in my life. And he's standing at the bottom of the steps like this. So I was like, Chris Talon, we don't want to give you that. Yeah, and it was great. He said, right, you only owe me £4,000 now. It was brilliant. I mean, it was great to give him his money back. And I think the second year, maybe second or third tournament, I paid him back. Or fourth tournament, I forget. And he said, right, you're on a bonus now. Whatever you earn now is your own. You know what I mean? It was brilliant then, because I'd won something like £750, and that was mine.
Bull here for 161. That is something very special.
1990, you qualified for the World Championships for the first time. Talk us through that.
I was the last one to get in. Remember Eric phoning me, and he says, you're in. You're the last one to get in, and I drew Russell Stewart first round. Never forget it, because he was one of the top, I think he was in the top 5 then, I think. But he was a good player, Russell. And then knew if I get past that first round, I've got a chance here. And I did. I beat Russell. And that was it then. I never looked back. But when I got to the final, obviously Eric, who'd ribbed me for years, you know, for 2 or 3 years, I got him in the final. I thought, right, now it's your turn now. I'm gonna wipe the floor with you.
Did you think you were going to beat him?
Yeah. Yeah, and my odds then were 125 to 1 to win the tournament. And everybody in Burslem bet on me. All of them had bets on me, 5ers, 10ers. My missus had 20 quid, my dad had 20 quid. The best one was a little old woman stopped me walking up the street. And she said, oh, she had to shake my hand and whatever. And she says, I never bet, but I put my last £5 on you, on my pension. Which, them days, 1990, £5 was a lot of money. And she won £750. Can you imagine how she was? You know, how it made me feel. Besides, and lads were coming in the pub saying, you bought me a new washing machine and new carpets and new this. I was on the dole as well. And then when I won the World Championships, won it on the Sunday, went in on the Tuesday for sign on. And he told me to sod off.
From London, the crafty Cockney, Eric Bristow!
The Circus Tavern in Purfleet was absolutely jammed full as ever in 1997 for the World Championship. By then, Phil had won the World Crown 4 times. This time, in the semi-final, he'd meet his old mentor, Eric Bristow.